In Ravensbrook, Halloween is more than a celebration. It's a warning. Every 13 years, the darkness comes for the town's secrets. This year, it came for Mara, and in the blackened halls of Blackwell Manor, she discovered the truth. Some doors should never be opened. It was October 21st, 2024, the night when the veil between worlds thinned to its most fragile state. In the small, fog-drenched town of Ravensbrook, Halloween wasn't just a night for children to dress up and beg for candy. Legends spoke of something darker. Every 13 years, something sinister stirred beneath the town, a force that thrived on fear and secrets. Mara had never believed in the old tales, but this year felt different. The air was colder, the shadows longer, and strange things had been happening. The town clock, which hadn't worked in decades, began to chime at midnight, echoing like a harbinger of doom. Doors that had been locked for years suddenly creaked open, and the whispers, Mara swore she heard them when she walked alone at night. Soft, fleeting murmurs that called her name. As the evening descended into darkness, Mara's friends convinced her to explore the old abandoned Blackwell Manor, the place where the disappearances always began. "Come on, Mara," her best friend Jack teased. "It's just a spooky house, not the gateway to hell." But Mara hesitated. Something about the manor, looming at the edge of town, seemed to pull at her like a magnet, but with a cold, oppressive force she couldn't shake. They entered the decaying house, their flashlights flickering against the cracked walls. It wasn't long before the door slammed shut behind them. Panic set in. The air grew thick, almost suffocating, as the house seemed to shift and breathe around them. "It's just the wind," Jack whispered, but his voice trembled. They continued deeper into the house, finding rooms that didn't belong and hallways that seemed to stretch for miles. And then they found it. In the basement, hidden behind a rotten bookshelf, was a door they hadn't expected. It was carved from black oak, with symbols that twisted unnaturally, as if they writhed under the beam of the flashlight. It wasn't part of the original house. It felt alive. Without thinking, Mara reached out and touched the cold wood. Suddenly, the whispers grew louder. They weren't in her head anymore. They echoed through the house. Her friends screamed, their flashlights flickering violently before plunging them into darkness. The door creaked open on its own, revealing a tunnel that reeked of death and rot. Mara felt it then. The presence something had awakened, something that had been waiting for this night. A dark, ancient entity, bound by the blood of Ravensbrook, had returned. It thrived on the souls of the fearful, and Mara could feel its icy tendrils wrapping around her heart. Her friends were gone, dragged into the blackness, their screams swallowed by the abyss. The only way to stop it was to close the door, to seal it before it consumed her too. But the force was too strong, the whispers too loud. It wanted her, called for her. It was then Mara realized the legends were true. The missing weren't taken, they had opened the door just like her. The clock struck midnight, and Mara screamed as the darkness pulled her in. Do you dare to discover what lies beyond the door this Halloween? Immerse yourself in the chilling mystery of the haunting of October's Eve. Share the story with fellow horror lovers and keep the legend alive. But remember, some stories are best left untold, unless you're brave enough to face the darkness. Like, comment, and subscribe for more spine-tingling tales, and let us know, would you open the door?